So hey guys, just wanted to share with you something that has been cooking. Some of you that have been meeting me for some of our coaching sessions, you know that this has been cooking. So if you take a look at my screen, we have actually the Spark Group Asia. We have launched our first ever and the only largest online leadership live event in pertaining to one theme called resilience. And of course, this is a very, very important topic, team. And those of you who are watching this video, is very, very important because a lot of us required becoming really strong during MCO, and when we locked down when we locked down into the movement control order 18th of March, I think a lot of us had to get so there was so much to do and so much of momentum to build with the team. And those of you whom I have been advising, kudos for some of you who are doing really amazing stuff, and you know who you are. But I just want to say that now, as we tail end the MCO, the movement control order, because Malaysia is recovering, and I'm very, very thankful as we see the numbers drop. We've only just had a new extension to the 12th of May, which was announced by our Prime Minister last week. So there's a little bit more to go, and I'm even imagining we're going to go on till end of May, just to be very, very safe, just to be safe that we're out of the woods and the infections don't increase. Yeah. But with that as well, I think one of the keys that I really wanted to talk with you guys as leaders, as an entrepreneurs, when you're listening to this, is what we talk about resilience. And so what I've done is I've just given you the definition of resilience, and in Bahasa Malaysia is called daya tahan lasak, and so resilience is you can think of it as a physical thing, or you can think of it as a mental thing. Is it physical toughness, daya tahan lasak, or is it a mental toughness? And for me, I like this definition here: the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties, and that is again toughness. So for what it's worth, a lot of us don't realize that the bigger problem, or I wouldn't say the bigger problem, the bigger test of strength is post COVID-19, post when the MCO is done. So we thought it was tough, where we had to shut down our businesses, and literally some of us are experiencing zero incomes at this moment and still having to pay wages. I know how difficult it is, but which is also why I brought this topic of leadership resilience. Yeah. And when we talk about resilience, daya tahan lasak, yeah, this ability, I like this very much. It's a very beautiful graphic by Driven. But the modern definition of resilience is advancing despite adversity, ADA. I love this very much because in during the MCO, we saw some businesses do amazing things. I saw some of you took the opportunity to streamline your systems and your SOPs. I saw some of you took this opportunity to get your team involved for video content marketing and social media marketing, and your Instagram accounts are blowing up. And I know you guys know who you are. I've also seen this MCO, the opportunity for some of you to start your own teacher council, and then every week you're designing little tests and exams for your team members to pass, this is again aligned with, building those solid SOPs. So for me, I've seen us do amazing stuff. Those of you who have just switched. It was so difficult because a lot of us were struggling with switching because, oh my gosh, now financially, yes, there is distress. But I think many of us took this crisis as an opportunity. So the modern definition for resilience, it's advancing, focusing on the forward, focusing on what's next, being intentional versus attentional. You see, I use the word advancing. I love that. Despite meaning being proactive. That means despite having the challenges, despite you having to push this block upwards, remember the proactivity is not just what comes on our own. For us as business owners and as leaders, we tend to hold everything up ourselves. The burden is borne by ourselves. No, this is where despite the challenges, we're here to enroll our entire team. The adversity is shared. And last but not least, remember the thing about adversity is we're not just talking about the challenges that we face in business. The challenges are in our everyday. The challenges are what we face at home. And some of us are dealing with multiple roles. If you're a wife, you're a CEO, you're a business owner, you're a senior manager, you're also the cook, you're the chef, you're the cleaner, you're the dad, you're the shopper, you're the CEO, you're the business. So we've got multiple roles, and I really don't think it is easy, and which is why when I started off this journey, actually, I started off this journey just saying, hey, I wanted to bring all my friends, because I knew a lot of people around the world, and I said, hey, I wanted to bring all my friends to come and talk about, hey, can you talk about how to work from home, and then it started with, one of my good friends, Maresa, talking about how women operate from home, because it's women with a lot of that multiple roles as well. But I'm not just saying women, but also guys have those multiple roles where they have to take care of the kids, they got to take care of their business, they're also managing projects, so it's not easy. But when I looked at all these amazing people that I wanted to bring into and come and talk to you guys, that's why I kept doing all these Facebook lives. I realized that resilience comes from 6 different places. So hear me out, where is pertaining to my friends. Yeah. Because when I look at resilience and I look at these 6 different areas, look at the top part where we take a look at number 1. If you want to be a resilient person, number 1, you've got to have vision. You can't be head down and looking at the problems. If you're head down and you're just looking at all the obstacles and the problems, that's really all you're going to see. And that's why the vision, keeping focus on where we're going beyond. So you're looking beyond the obstacles. That is a very key part of resilience. Yeah. Composure is our emotional intelligence. Now, me included, your coach, ladies and gentlemen, clients that are listening to this, I have had to be able to regulate and switch my emotions as well. Just like you, I'm not just your coach, but I'm also running my own businesses. And there were times when I really had to keep everything calm and under control. I don't just look after one business, I look after several, and I coach several of your businesses as well. So for me, that resilience was important, but that composure. So that's very, very important, to be able to regulate and manage those emotions, even in difficult times. Reasoning, the third part. Reasoning is our ability to reach into pockets of innovation and creativity, and that logical, rationalistic thought of pulling the resources together. And I like to bring reasoning up to collaboration. Just go right across with me to collaboration. You see, this is where we can't face this crisis alone. We've got to face this crisis with community. And you see, when I talk about crisis, some of you are very, I've kind of gotten used to the crisis. MCO is not really a crisis anymore. But hang on a minute. If I may, post COVID-19, when the doors open up, we get shoved into one of the biggest downturns, and it's not funny. It's not funny because we have been tiptoeing around what we call a recession for a very long time. And so, if I may, year 2020, because of COVID-19, boom. So there are going to be a lot of challenges. There are going to be, no, I wouldn't say a lot of challenges. There are going to be a lot of changes. And if I may, that those changes that we call the new norm, business is never going to be the same. And that's where we got to collaborate. We can't be in business on our own. We can't be in business by shouldering all of it without sharing it with our employees, and that's team. Yeah. So collaboration, if I swing right up there, it's also the positioning, how you lead. What kind of identities do you bring in to be a more collaborative leader? Tenacity. In one of the domains of the 5th domain of resilience, we talk about tenacity. Tenacity is the ability to keep bouncing back. The difference between quitting and failing. Now, we fail. Now, a lot of us, those of you whom I've coached, yes, there are tons of failure. For me, that's a given. If you're in business and you tell me you haven't failed before, you haven't tried hard enough, right? So in business, yes, failing is necessary, but quitting is an option. All right. So tenacity, the ability to keep bouncing back. And the last part of resilience that a lot of people do not realize, oh my gosh, they don't realize this, but it's health. If you want to be as resilient as possible mentally, and physically. You're able to push those boundaries, push those limits. You've got to be healthy. If you're not getting enough sleep, you're not eating well, you're not sleeping well, all of that will affect your resilience. Your mental resilience gets affected by your physical resilience. If you start feeling like, you feel lousy, your mental resilience will follow suit as well. So you're taking care of yourself from the inside out, which is why leadership, ladies and gentlemen, leadership is from the inside out. Which is why when I looked at, oh my gosh, I want to learn from so many people, because I want to, as a coach, my job is to help you to continue inspiring all of you. And all of you are in my care. You're in my protection, where I continue to bring new information. And so I started doing a lot of lives, so I started interviewing one by one all my teachers and all my good friends around the region. So I said, hey, can I learn from you? What are you doing in your country? What are you doing in your country? And then I realized, wow, why don't I just run a full, fantastic, awesome party? Because I love parties. Why don't we just run a fantastic party, May 8th and 9th, bring all my friends together, and get them sharing with you from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. We have 10 solid speakers. We've got a mystery speaker coming up, but we've got solid speakers that are going to talk with you about so many amazing things. So I thought, all of these are my friends. These are good people that I'm just so blessed that they have agreed to share with you. We've got people from Myanmar, we've got people from Philippines, Jonathan Yabut, if you know him from the Apprentice Asia winner. He's amazing. I love the stuff that he's talked about. Marzuki is my teacher. Sandra Fulyun is also my teacher. She's from Fiji Islands. Marzuki from Malaysia. Amazing people. We've got Marvin from Indonesia. Felicia from Singapore, Cynthia Wiaja, which is from the UK. She lives in Bath. And then we've got Andrew, who is Malaysian again. Amazing people. And what I've asked them to do is to give me your masterclass. So in this masterclass is a solid 1.5 hours of serious information, knowledge, and insight that you're never going to get elsewhere. Otherwise, you're going to get them at thousands of dollars. And these guys have agreed to come on board and give us all these topics. So if you take a look at the array of topics here, ladies and gentlemen, clients, you'll see that there are an array of not just external strategies, there are also internal strategies. So we've got people that are up and coming. I've even managed to speak to somebody that is a certified Alibaba trainer, and she's going to do how to digitize your business. Now you see, that is resilience. You don't see that in here, but that's topic number 10. She's recently said okay to me, and I want to say this. In resilience, it's not just what you do upstairs, but it's also out here. You're digitizing how you make your business leaner, sharper, faster, online, exposure, education, awareness. We got to play the game differently, so hard. And it's almost like I have so many things and so many people that want to teach us so much stuff. I don't have enough slots. It's almost like I didn't have enough slots. So I brought all these teachers and mentors. I'm excited to learn from them. I kid you not. And all these masterclasses put together, any given time, the value is 36,000. But if I may ask yourself, a 2-day event like this anywhere, you just ask yourself, and you've done programs before, they will cost minimum 2,000 ringgit. But today and today only, we are actually going to get it to you at 198 ringgit 2 days. Now, you may be asking as well, guys, is this for business owners? Is this for entrepreneurs? Is this only for people that own the businesses? Or is this also appropriate for leaders, my leaders, the people that I'm trying to get stepping up? The answer is it's for you. But imagine if all of you see the same thing. From Resilient Leadership Live Asia, assuming if you came out of MCO and you and your entire management team see the same thing, they understand the same thing, and then make sure that you're not just learning all this amazing stuff and writing down notes. Have discussions around it. How does this apply to me? How does this apply to my business? How does this apply to what we do? So make it relevant and take it as training. You have amazing opportunity to bring this team together, and now is a time where you can let them see the same thing you see, to be able to get out of the MCO and get into what we call post COVID-19. Now you get this opportunity. A lot of people won't. And so from this 198 per pax, please, this is a very, very good offer where only our Spark Group TSG clients, those of you who are watching this video, only you guys get 30% off. We still need to run the platforms. There's so much of cost that is involved in running these sessions. But if I may, you're getting 30% off now, nobody else. Now, if you want to register your team, please, a lot of you may be asking, May 8th and 9th, I'm busy, I got things to do. Okay, some of you have said that to me. Look, if you miss this, there's no other opportunity, because I will tell you this is done live, which means these people have agreed to do this for us. And I really I have so much to thank these amazing people. And again, they're only doing this because they are really my good friends, number one. Number two, they want to be part of something so amazing. And I don't know if this is going to happen again. So if I may, don't lose out. Take every effort to organize your day and be with us from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. May 8th and 9th, Friday and Saturday, because I can tell you, no regrets. I bring all these amazing people to you, including myself, yours truly, also going to talk there. And some of you have heard some of my stuff, but if I may, join me and my friends as we do this powerful live event, because I can assure you, your minds are going to be blown. Your minds are going to just go all out. So please take this and take this offer as well. My team, Adrian and Jolene will be in touch with you, because they're going to make sure that you guys rock and roll. So please don't lose this opportunity.